My name's Dorien Keusseyan. I'm an ice hockey player, mom of 3 grown sons, and I quilt. I became interested in ice hockey about 8 years ago. I had lost a substantial amount of weight. I went and bought all used ice hockey equipment, and I got on the ice, and I really was not very good at all. But it was so much fun. When I was out there, I didn't think about anything. I only thought about, I didn't think about the stresses of my family, my life. I just thought about how I was going to move my feet and hold the stick and handle the puck and look like a player and actually play the game. I was part of a team. I was exercising. It made me feel good about myself. It made me feel good about where I was with my weight and everything. That hyper focus was such a stress reliever for me. So then when I joined this other group, it's called New England Women's Hockey League, and I went to the coach, and they had regular games, like every Friday morning. Games with a referee was a big deal for me. I slowly went up in the ranks from a recreational player to a D-level player to a C-level player, and now I play with women that played in college, and I just loved every minute of it, every minute of it. When I play with women that used to play in college, when you start a sport and you're young, when you start the sport, your body is used to all the movements and the muscles are used to the motions. And you play at a higher level when you started playing younger. I started playing as a grown woman after I had my kids. So I made it my mission to get as good as them and to be able to skate as fast as they can skate and play at their level. So it was a big goal of mine to be able to do that. Here in Arlington, Massachusetts, one of my most favorite parts is the fact that we have all 4 seasons. I love about Massachusetts the fact that I can play ice hockey year-round. There's always a rink, even if it's 90, I can find ice and skate. I like the vegetation. I love the people. 15 minutes from Boston, I can go watch the Celtics, watch the Bruins, catch a concert, everything. I don't want to live anyplace else. Quilting has brought a lot of love to my life, I feel, because it's how I share love. It's how people feel loved when they're wrapped in something that I've made and it keeps them warm and snuggly. I quilt for charity because it really feels good to me to know that someone, especially a little innocent baby who is just brought into the world, who has a need and their parents are probably going through a lot, to have something handmade that someone put their good energy into, that someone else is trying to express love to these little people that need love. So I love to do the charity quilting. My guild members make the tops. I do actually the quilting on the quilts and give them back to them to finish. There's a NICU at Tufts Hospital that half the charity quilts I work on go to, and the other one is for Kids for Quilts charity. So there's 2 big charities that my guild works on. Quilting in my family is very much appreciated. My sons, all 3 of them, only sleep with my quilts. So yes, quilts are well loved and used almost every single day, even in the summer. The Handi quilter made a huge difference to my quilting because I was able to quilt king-size quilts, and as I mentioned, we're a big family with tall people, and I wanted to be able to make big quilts. All the features and benefits were just I was like, ah, it's so awesome, like the little laser needle light, so you can exactly get the needle right where you want it in the fabric. I was over the moon about that. I was like, so cool. And it just was so fluid, and the fact that my old machine had like 4 wheels, this one has like all those wheels, so the motion was just so fluid, and I love to stand in the front of the machine. The Handi quilter machine itself opened a whole new world to me. I became almost instantly better. There's a piece of me that I wasn't really aware of. Like, I knew both of my grandmothers were very crafty, and my grandmother on my dad's side made the quilt that's behind me, and I never really knew that she was an accomplished quilter until I picked this piece up about a month ago. And I decided that I wanted to hang it on the wall and display it for all those reasons. Like, my grandmother made it, she put a lot of time and energy into it, and now it deserves to be retired and displayed. All my sons continue to keep me involved in their lives, which is nice. Down at the Cape, I couldn't buy a good pizza, and if you have boys, you know they need pizza. It's just part of what boys do. They have to have pizza like once a week. And I couldn't buy a good pizza down the Cape to save my life. Now I actually buy wheat berries, I grind my own flour, I make whole wheat pizza dough, and I make pizza out of it. So that's the biggest thing I have in common with my middle son, is he has to have his pizza once or twice a week. It's the best time to me when I'm driving my children around, because I'll have maybe 1, maybe 2 of them in the car, so it's me and just them, and we have like the best conversations. Those conversations in the car is like having dinner was in the 50s. You know, that's our special time. The amount of time that parents have with their kids, because everyone's lives seem so scheduled, but in the car you can have that conversation and make those connections. My name's Dorien Keusseyan. I'm an ice hockey player, mom of 3 grown sons, and I quilt.